This is just some application problems with partitioning, except that I give you points and I give you the fraction. So it's not that it's any different. A couple of them later on will be a little bit different, but like that's the part that's important, right? Where we're going and how much I'm looking for. A lot of word problems is being able to pull out what you need and what's extra and unimportant. But so I like pictures. It helps me make sense of word problems because I don't like reading. I love to read, but I don't like reading that stuff. So I know that I have an oak tree and the back door. And I wrote that in the wrong place. So we're going from the back door. And so I have a line segment to an oak tree. I do not recommend burying a spare key in your backyard. So we're going from the back door to the oak tree. This is 2, 3, and this is 12, 3. So then we got to label our x1s, y1s, x1, y1, x2, y2. And here's my k, which is 1/3, right? So now I have all the pieces that I need to use the formulas that you were given in the last section to solve this. So I'm not going to solve the problems. I'm just going to give you the formulas. So x is, it's where we start. So that's x1. So that's 2 plus 1/3 times 12 minus 2. Right? Just plugging it in. The formulas are x is x1 plus k times x2 minus x1, and y is y1 plus k times y2 minus y1. So then to find y, our starting y is 3 plus, I don't know why I keep writing k, 1/3 times 3 minus 3. So that's going to give us some point where our key is just by interpreting the information that I need. So when they're like that, when they're straightforward and I give you coordinates and I give you a fraction, 1/3, those kind of word problems aren't difficult. So you just would use the calculator. You can put that in all at once and you don't have to worry about, I would prefer that you not do it piece by piece. Don't do this and then multiply and then add. Put it in the calculator all at once. That eliminates a lot of the sign mistakes that you're going to make. All right, let's look at the next one. There's all kinds of funky formulated here. All right, two towns, Ashton and Bedford, are on a map with a straight highway connecting them. So I have Ashton and Bedford, right? Ashton is -3, -2, and Bedford is 3, 3. We want a rest stop that is 2/3, which is, there's 2 pages. Come here. That is 2/3 of the way. Mm-hmm. So my K is 2/3. That's it. It's just making sure that we're going the right way, Ashton to Bedford. If I had changed the order of these, then I would have to change the order in which I do my coordinates. Where's the starting point? Where are we beginning? So this is x1, y1. This is x2, y2. So x coordinate is -3 plus 2/3 times 3 minus a -3. Pay very close attention to what I did here. 3 minus a negative 3. The negative is always part of the formula, and if there's a negative with your number, then that goes too. That becomes 2 negatives. So this is my x, and y is starting negative 2 plus 2 over 3 times 3 minus a negative 2. Again, pay very close attention to where those numbers are and where those negatives are. And again, if you use the calculator, you take the tool for what it is. That eliminates so many of your mistakes by putting in a calculator all at once. Negative 2 plus 2 over 3 times the parenthesis 3 minus 2 parenthesis. If you put it in all at once, it does the subtracting, the multiplying, and the fraction for you all by itself. That's where most of your mistakes will go. Most of you can get to that point. It's the next part, and it's where I make mistakes. I'm like, oh, I got this. And then like I go too fast and I make a mistake and then I can't figure out why. So use the calculator for what it's worth. The next two require a little bit more thought. They have some weird words. What do you think of when you see west, north, east, and north? Hopefully you think of a compass. Where is north on that compass? Up top? Do you know the funny phrase to put your coordinate directions? Never eat soggy waffles. So now let's go and put positive and negatives to those things. What is north? Positive or negative? If we're putting this on a coordinate plane, this is positive. So what does that make south? Negative. Which one is positive, west or east? East, which means west is negative. So you just need to remember that so that when we go up here, 1 mile west is what? That's negative 1. 8 miles north, plus 8. 5 miles east, plus 5, 2 miles north, plus 2. So when I have my line, here's the mall, here's the post office. The mall is negative 1, positive 8, and the post office is 5, 2. It's not hard. You just have to know what to do with it. Like you understand the compass. You worked on that for a couple of years, maybe longer. And then once you realize, okay, well, west means negative, we just put a negative for the number, and then it hasn't really changed from the problem above it. So now that I've done that, here's x1, y1, x2, y2, and I want Alana's house, which is 2/3 of the way. Now, you don't have to label your lines like that, but that line to me makes sense. Now I know where my coordinates are, I know what I'm looking for, I know what it looks like, so that then I can say x is negative 1 plus 2 over 3 times 5 minus a negative 1, and y is 8 plus 2/3, 2 minus 8. Put it in the calculator and get your coordinates. So the only difference between 3 and 4 is the idea that you need to know what sign north, south, east, and west have. One more. So we have two cruise ships. We have ship A and ship B. So here's A and here's B. A is 30 miles west. That's minus 30, and 18 miles north. Minus 30, 18 north. Oh, let's go back and look at this. Just to clarify, this is a Y and this is a Y. and this is an X, and this is an X, right? West and east are on the X-axis. North and south are on the Y-axis, so we want to keep that straight. So then, ship B is 10 miles, negative 10, and 27 miles south. So that's negative 10 and negative 27. There is a tug. Tugboats are little tiny things that push big things. Here's the tug. That's ship A and ship B. The tug is right there. And that's where K is 1/5. So X is negative 30 plus 1/5 times negative 10 minus negative 30. And Y is 18 plus 1/5 times negative 27 minus 18. That's it. So what you need to get from this is find your coordinates, find your K, and just make sure that you're going the right direction. Are we going from ship B to ship A or ship A to ship B? That's the part that matters. Remember, order matters, direction matters. Being able to locate your points on a compass, north, south, east, west, are what matters. Any questions? Anything that doesn't make sense?
How do you get
The K is the fraction that's given to you. See how it says 1/5? That's your K. Your K is also, huh? What? Because it says 1/5? Right next to where, you see it?
Yeah.
Okay.